presently live in San Juan Capistrano, California. And my partner Paul here, he and I formed a business back in, gosh, when was that, 75, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And we did mineral exploration and project development and heavy metal fabrication and oil and gas exploration. We had about, at one time we had 40 engineers and geologists, mostly graduates here working for us, right down on Washington Street here in Golden. We both had recently gotten out of the Army, and we came right from the Army to Golden. In fact, I got out on Friday and I started school on Monday.
And I'm Paul Trost. I got my PhD here. I had a degree in chemistry from Notre Dame, and I decided to be a geochemist while I was over in Vietnam. And 3 weeks after leaving the jungle and my fatigues and my gun, I was here. And the funny event was, shortly after being here, I was talking to my potential thesis advisor, and a car backfired. And when the car backfired, I dropped to the ground, low crawled to the nearest desk, and was trying to see if I had a gun to start shooting. But then we were here. I graduated in '71, as I said, and so shortly after, about 3 years after we got out, Bill and I formed this partnership, and it was, we really were blessed with some good luck. And we hit the uranium boom perfectly, and we had partners with Portland General Electric and Southern Utilities, and looking for hard rock uranium mines. And then we expanded from there to contract mining and oil and gas and so forth. And when 3 Mile Island hit, it hit us above the belt, below the belt, and over the head. And
No one
that was
wanted uranium anymore.
yeah. So that we had to redeploy assets and scratch our head and figure out where we go from there.
Busy out there doing that. In fact, I'm still doing that.
And then I use some of the technology from mining and metallurgical aspects that we've learned, because we run our own gold mill up in Central City. We have a little gold mine up there, and that worked out real well. We kept getting more and more ores. We were going up higher in the stope until such time we broke into an underhand stope. We found an empty whiskey bottle, and we told our men that literally we went to the bar and found a full one, and that was the end of that mine. So, but we ran a gold mill, and I used milling and metallurgical beneficiation to get a patent for cleaning up soils for environmental aspects, because the oil prices crashed. And I also used for environmental purposes, enhanced oil recovery to clean up groundwater. So anyway, that's kind of the essence.
It was really helpful to me because the things we do are fairly sophisticated underground projects. We build penstocks for power plants that are, deep underground. We build highway tunnels that are large and require extensive design support systems and that kind of thing. So that with my engineering background, I'm a registered engineer in California and Colorado. And with the people in the industry that do basically engineering work for that kind of work, we're able to come up with innovative concepts to build these things that are different than the normal way you do it. And they've been pretty successful, and they're a lot of fun. You're always trying something. We just, in fact, this week are completing a job at Vandenberg Air Force Base where we did a 12-foot soft ground shield tunnel that has a 100-foot radius turn in it, which is a very, very tight turn. And I had many sleepless nights while we were beginning that, because we had a big schedule crunch on it as to whether we could accomplish that or not. I thought, what am I going to do if this doesn't work? And I told the guy at the Corps of Engineers that I had been concerned, and he says, do you take these jobs on without knowing if you can do them? And I said, well, it's not exactly that, but yeah, I guess if you put it that way. I always know that I can finish. I'll figure out a way to do it. But yes, that's the fun of it. You take complicated jobs and solve the problem, and it works.
So from my perspective, I found that my degree in chemistry was very intense as related to theoretical chemistry. And when I got here, the more of a combination of combining the theoretical chemistry with the hands-on geochemistry, I found that it really made a big difference for practical application for out in the field, doing whatever I was doing as a geochemist. And as a geochemist, I've done everything from build vapor recovery units on oil fields to your H2S recovery units to refineries to oil and gas exploration to mining exploration. So, yeah, it was very beneficial to take that base knowledge and apply it to the field. And that this education provided a good transition.
And both of us have pretty curious personalities, and early on in our partnership, we formed a company with a petroleum engineer that was a research director for Marathon Oil here in Denver, and it dealt with enhanced oil recovery using various chemical methods and so forth to extract more petroleum products from the ground, and it still carries on here in Golden. It's called Surtec, and it's down on Washington Street right across from the Foothills Arts Center.
Yeah, that worked out real well, and it was a very going business and still is, and we wish we owned more somewhat today.
And why did we sell that again?
Because we redeployed our assets and the uranium price crashed. That's a nice way of saying we avoided going completely broke.
Yeah, it stems much from the confidence that that I got going here to school. I mean, I came out of the Army, I knew I wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to be in mining because I'd worked in a salt mine years before. So this place gave me great direction and gave me confidence in my skills at engineering and construction. I mean, mainly I like to be on the job. I'm a hands-on kind of guy. I mean, I get all the engineering part, but give me a jackleg drill. Well, not now. I don't want a jackleg drill, but it used to be that way. But I like to be there and be involved. Work hard, love what you do, don't be afraid to make a mistake. In fact, probably the most important lessons you learn are your mistakes. That's where you really understand what happened. The things you do right in your life, you kind of have a sense of what was going on there, but your mistakes make you bigger and stronger.
And get your education so that it's broad enough so that if you have significant economic downturns, that you can switch into a different field and still use your training that you've had to move into that field and feel comfortable. For example, as a geochemist, I've done everything from being on the top of a rig to running a jackleg to taking up soil samples to whatever. And I've informed environmental businesses and sold them, and now I'm working on developing a new enhanced oil recovery technology.
I think the most important thing is to love what you do. It makes it really easy if you do. And then you're content with, well, I don't know whether you're ever content, but it's a good life if you look forward to what you're doing. It's a lot of fun. You meet people like Paul and others that crossed our paths that, you know, we keep in touch with throughout our lives. My roommate down at 1410 Washington behind the old engineering hall, he and I still are in touch with each other. We were business partners for a while, and I got him to move from petroleum to mining engineering, and he spent his career working in mining. So there's really good friendships that are lifelong that come from there. That was 69, no, 66 I came here. So that's a long time, and you pick up some really good friends in that period, and a lot of them are from here. Back when I went here, the summer work, there was a lot of mining contracting work going on, so lots of the guys that go work for the contractors in the summer. And as a result, a lot of us ended up in that kind of work because that's sort of where we learned about it. And we keep track of one another throughout our lives. It's fun.